My son Tim is angry, verbally abusive.
You are the one who is up. I'm the one living every single day in physical pain.
He's stuck in his life. He cannot move forward. Tim was very lazy. At 27 years old, I feel a child should be adult enough to pick up after himself, do his laundry, keep his room, keep the bathroom neat. Tim felt like I owed him something. He once made a statement to me that because I had a child, I should be supporting him for the rest of his life. One of the main reasons I wanted Tim to leave him was that I found some marijuana paraphernalia in his room. He was taking Xanax at the time and he was drinking alcohol. Tim and I got into several arguments over a job, over a career. He told me waiting tables 32 hours a week was considered full-time. He did not go to college to get a business degree to be a waiter. I worked a second job to pay off his student loans, $30,000. I was worried that Tim would never progress beyond playing video games. He was virtually addicted. I told him you need to stop the video games and do a little more research online for jobs. I couldn't take how lazy my son had become. He had no motivation. Something needed to change.
But Tim says his life turned upside down all because his mother called the police on him. He says the argument was a family affair and it should have stayed that way.
My mother is controlling, manipulative, and misguided. I recently asked my mother why growing up we never had any encouragement in our lives, and she just said there was nothing to encourage. Throughout my late teens, early 20s, she'd open my door, start nagging me. You need to get up, get a job. I had a job.
In April of 2011, I had had enough.
My mother walked in my room and just started nagging me and dropped an eviction notice on my lap.
He proceeded to tear it up and laugh.
And that's when the problems really started to happen.
He proceeded to take me by the arm, push me on the other side of the door, close the door with me forcibly against it.
There was no violence. We were arguing like we always have. I did not raise a hand to my mother.
I came back in the room and I said, he lacks ambition. At that point, all I heard was cursing and banging. That's when I called 911 and I explained to the operator that I thought my son was having a nervous breakdown. Tim grabbed the phone and hung up the phone. The 911 operator called me back.
I said, this is an internal family matter and we can handle this internally, and I hung up. And I maintain that to this day.
She called me back a third time and told me to get away from him. He reached behind me, grabbed the phone, took the phone, and lobbed it as far as he could go.
That is so untrue. I lobbed it underhand.
We found it 150 feet away. The police asked me if I wanted Tim arrested, and I said yes. I felt threatened because the 911 operator kept telling me to get away from Tim.
I was charged with domestic battery, interference with a 911 call, and I was charged with destruction of property.
I wish he would just move on instead of dwelling in the past.
Until my mom fixes this, there's no way I could have a relationship with her.